It varies from 3,500 to 4,500.
Above 10,000 francs.
When I moved from Italy for the same type of job, it was double.
How much do you earn in Switzerland? Today I came to Lugano to ask the Swiss how much they earn. But please, before you leave, subscribe to the channel, because more than 80% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel.
I am from Liguria. It's much better here. Okay.
So you already know how to do
The comparison.
What do you do for a living? I work as a care assistant, and I also work in digital. How long have you been here in Switzerland?
A year.
Okay.
And
So you've been working for a year then? Yes, I've been working for a year, exactly. Okay, I'll get straight to the point because you're in a hurry. Yes.
do you feel like
Sharing what your current salary is to make a comparison.
my minimum salary in Lugano is 3.5,
In Zurich.
innermost area 5.6 I have.
Understood.
So how?
Do you live with these salaries here in Switzerland?
Very well, there is more in front of Italy, the health insurance, which are 300 to 400 a month for the rest. I do the expenses in Italy, for example. There is car, I go to Italy and save. I have
Understood. Can you save here in Switzerland to set aside more than...
1,500, yes.
What do you do for a living?
I work for the postal service, I drive buses. Okay, what about you?
I study. You study, but
Do you also do some odd jobs maybe? Yeah.
in the summer, on weekends.
Now,
I used to work there in the summer, renting out pedal boats and
speedboats. I see. So a summer job, exactly. How long have you been working? 5 years. 5 years. Are you satisfied with the job, the pay in general here in Switzerland?
Yes, it's a bit, I don't see you convinced. Life here in Switzerland is a little more expensive than in Italy, so it's not that they pay quite well, but you...
Do you mind sharing more or less your salary? Even a range? More.
Or less. Around 5,000 francs I have.
Understood. You instead with your little jobs, to have an idea?
if I can work all month,
Around 3.
500.
Okay, and are you able to save as well?
Yes, fortunately, I'm still living at home with my mom, so I'm able to put away a bit of money. If I were living on my own, probably with that money, I wouldn't make it.
Through.
Can you make it
I can make it, but I can really save very little.
Yes, also because of the cost of living and...
Everything else, exactly. Those taxes, the health insurance, all the things to pay. So at the end of the month, there are really just pennies that you put aside.
Do you do? I'm a computer scientist. Okay, 40 hours a week, 42 hours a week. Because here it's full time, so it's 42 hours, it depends.
On the companies, actually there are those with 40, those with 42, it is.
Varied in that sense. Hey, curious about this. And how long have you had seniority? 6 years of work. Are you happy with your job, with the pay? Yes. I guess so. Let's say yes, yes. Okay, would you like to share how much your salary is here in Switzerland? We're talking about 70 years with the 13th month. Okay, gross or net? Gross. I see. Can you also save with your salary? Something, yes. Can you make it something?
Yes, then after the speech, there's always, well, there's the health insurance that this year is quite a blow, which is quite significant on what is the...
End of the month. But what will this health insurance be that everyone is afraid of? Are you from Lugano? Yeah. What do you do? What do you do in life? Designer?
Yes, from
Freelance or for a company? Yes. Okay, how long have you been doing it?
14 years.
Wow, for...
This company, yes. Okay.
Yes, I'm comfortable and happy.
Come on, enough. Let's say that.
In terms of working hours, how many hours does it roughly take?
I'm at a value of 30% for...
Which is to be...
From Monday to Thursday.
I understand. Would you like to share how your salary compares, just for comparison? Even a range, an idea?
Just for...
I'm sorry, but I don't have enough information to provide a meaningful comparison of private land prices between Italy and another location. The query is incomplete and lacks necessary context.
Oh my God, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know at the design level, but surely there is a big difference. But because the lifestyle here is different.
Of course, we must...
Always compare then the lifestyle here with that. That is in Italy, exactly.
It's quite different. And in fact, then...
Much cheaper.
Yes, to the...
Rents, health insurance, and expenses are quite different.
There's a big difference. Okay, we'll delve deeper, guys. As you've seen, the salaries are higher than in Italy. But does this really mean that in Switzerland you earn more than in Italy? And I interviewed some workers who answered me this way, 4,000 euros more or less.
I had to finish that. There are all the expenses around, so to finish, it's an Italian 1,000 euros. Everyone thinks that's Switzerland because we earn so much that it's luxury.
No, maybe
Years and years ago, yes. Nowadays, no, so.
to have a complete picture, we should go to compare the cost of living, the taxes that are paid, and many other aspects to see if really in Switzerland the salaries are higher than in Italy. For this reason, when we reach 3,000 likes on this video, I will make a second part where we will talk about all these topics to see if really in Switzerland you earn more than in Italy. What do you do for a living? What do you do?
I work at the bank.
Do you work at a bank here in Lugano? Exactly. Okay, how long have you been doing it?
34 years.
34
Years, wow.
So all the work of a lifetime, you have always lived here in Lugano. So exactly how do you find the job? Is satisfied? You like it very much? If at the level of hours here in Switzerland, how much do you always work normally?
About 8 hours, 8.5 hours, but I work shifts at that point.
I work less, you work less,
60%, okay?
Okay, I understand. Would you like to share what the salary is here in Switzerland for the job you do to have a figure and make the difference? It's about
000 francs 6.
0 francs per month. Okay.
But age also matters, huh?
Yes, of course. Seniority, I have
Had anyway.
some shots and everything. What do you do for a living?
I am a care assistant.
Care assistant? Exactly. Garden. Gardening, okay. How long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it for about 3 years.
You? 2. And what about the salary? Are you happy with it?
Well, let's say that the salary is quite regular.
I mean, we can manage.
Anyway, we can certainly pay for things.
Would you like to share roughly what your current salary is to make a comparison with Italy?
But circa 4,000 francs at.
Month. What about you? I'm the same. What do you do for a living? Yes, I'm a developer of
computer science.
Great. Computer science, so a good job? Yes, yes. Are you satisfied? Happy? Yes. Very, very. How long have you been doing it?
It's been 6 years now. Great. Is it a company here in Lugano? Yes, exactly.
Okay, are you satisfied? Work, pay, hours? Very, very? Yes?
Yes, I'm happy also because it allows me to work from home, so I manage to balance everything well.
Great. And you work full-time?
Right? You
don't mind sharing what your salary is here in Switzerland?
To do
a comparison, a range from 3 to 4,000 francs, from 4 to 5,000, from 5 to 6, I understand. Can you save with your salary? Yes, you're young and you would miss me. I am older.
Difficult, but it can be done. How?
Hobby, what do you do nice in life? I
work for a trading company here in Lugano. I moved from Italy a few
years ago and nothing. We like it here, yes. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 5 years, okay?
And precisely to work in a trading company. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I'm absolutely satisfied with work and everything.
Yes, top quality of life, safety, then you feel good with work.
The salaries are higher, we know very well, so we are doing well.
Sure. Would you like to share by any chance how much your salary is to make a comparison with Italy? Varies from 3,500 and 4,500. Then also depends on the sales provisions and of course also working not full-time at 50%, so you don't work full-time, but for
100 would be part-time.
In Italy, I believe 4 hours a day, 20 hours a week. If double the salary that there is in Italy manages to save, I imagine yes, to invest in trading.
Now that the health fund has increased, let's see the January killing something anyway. Yes, definitely more than Italy's administration works in a home care company. I have
understood as an employee.
Secretary.
Okay, I understood. How long has he been doing it?
Here since August. Started from the 1st of August.
Recently, always
worked in the administration even before. Okay.
No, always in Italy, always in Switzerland, but in another, yes, but also
I did this job in Italy. I have
understood. And in terms of the difference in pay, would you mind telling me a bit since you've seen both realities?
Well, definitely in Switzerland, yes.
Do you earn more? You earn more. Approximately how much could it be?
When I moved from Italy for the same type of job, double, and I was earning little.
Now I wouldn't know. I have
understood. I just
idea of Switzerland.
Can you save money living here in Switzerland with your salary?
Something to
Times, it depends.
on the months. And
does he work?
Doctor, have you worked as a doctor for the entirety of your 30-year career? Yes, it's the only job I've had. And in terms of weekly hours, we work a lot.
In general,
The hours
are always many.
much more than the classic 40 hours a week? Yes, I would say so. Would you by any chance like to share what your current salary is as a doctor to make a comparison with Italy? Even a range. You don't need to have the exact figure.
Let's say that generally Italian doctors are happy to work in Switzerland. There is a clear difference. Even though the cost of living here is higher, you earn significantly more on average. What could be the average salary of a doctor in general here in Switzerland? There are countless variables. It changes a lot, but I think a head clinician definitely earns over 10,000 francs.
Do you live in Lugano? No, I'm a cross-border worker. What job do you do as a cross-border worker?
I work in the restaurant industry.
Ah, okay, kitchen, dining room, in?
I work for a large company here in Lugano, the dining room, in the dining room.
Has a few locations and I
take care of everything that concerns the dining room and the dining room service. You are
responsible then, okay. How long have you been doing it? It's been about 4 years. Would you like to share the salary you managed to get here in Switzerland for a comparison with Italy?
Well, the average Italian salaries are low. For most part, it's almost double. In my case, it wasn't like that, but vacation scheduling and these things are an important factor for those who work in restoration.
Sure, it's
perhaps the main reason why so many people, yes.
You say no is not just for the
salary. No, it's not just that, but
can you give me a range and idea to understand?
Considering that on average in Italy, a waiter's average salary on a 40-hour week is, if you have a small qualification, it's about 2,000 euros. In
Switzerland is
double that, it's about 4,000 euros.
Okay, so from 4 to 5,000 francs, we can say that, okay, then you will be double that again, and maybe...
No.
More.
Or less. The salaries are those there.
I reside in the province of Como. We relocated from Monza because my partner works as a cross-border employee in Lugano. So,
do you also work here in Lugano or just your boyfriend, just my partner? Okay, I understand. And how is it here in Switzerland?
well, I would also like to be able to get in here, only I don't have a specific qualification. That is with a sales assistant, which is one. Positions get filled as soon as they become available.
Especially for
a person who already has a Swiss work permit, they prefer to take someone who already has it rather than making a new one for someone who doesn't have it.
Sure. Do you happen to know what the salary difference is in your job between Italy and Switzerland? Do you have an idea?
I have no idea. Definitely more than double. I just have
started an internship, okay, here in Lugano. Yes, in what job? It's an agency, a chemical company. Okay?
I do
analysis, I understand. And you? I'm about to graduate. Also with a job?
Yes, some
jobs. I work on call for an association in Lugano. Okay, I understand. For events, I understand. And do you know roughly how much your salary is during the internship? Between 1,500 and 2,500. Why?
Since it's a year, they increase it every...
Increases every 6 months, I see. As for your little jobs, can you give me an idea to understand a bit?
About 20 francs an hour, yes.
He was making. Okay, so classic job, little job, 20 francs an hour here. Yes, it depends here. I did some substitutions because since I graduate as an educator there, it's higher. About from the
30 to 40 francs an hour. I have
understood, satisfied anyway of
being here.
You about your internship? Yes.
More for the experience, for the salary.
Still yes.
We are working.
Come on, short.
You are really at the beginning step.
Così, okay.
How long? 6 years, 6 years. And how long has he been here in Switzerland? 20 years, wow, congratulations, where are you from? I am Brazilian, I see, and what made you decide to move here to Switzerland?
Because there's nothing in Brazil.
So I had to...
The family's here.
Okay, because he had families and so he decided to come here. How is life in Switzerland?
Very well. Great.
And in terms of working hours per week, how much? I
work 50%, no 80%.
On Monday.
To Saturday.
From Monday to Saturday, though, at hours, reduced schedule. Yes, I understand. Would you like to share roughly what your pay is as a caregiver? 1.
Average.
2.
2,000 francs.
2,000 francs, okay. Can you even save here in Switzerland with your salary? Yes, yes. Can you make it?
A little bit, yes. Not much, though, yes. But
Something works. Yes, yes, yes. Great, though, yes.
lives very well here. Everything works, you know.
And
You go to the other side, nothing works. It's